Hey everyone, it's Christy and I'm here to give you some more information to help you experience everything that already belongs to you, all of your desires, they're already yours. And what I wanted to talk to you about today is very exciting in my opinion, and I've heard this before, but it just really clicked with me today. I know whenever I personally listen to something over and over again or read it over and over again, and that's whenever, it keeps getting in there and keeps getting in there, I guess, and then it just like a revelation, comes for me. And that's how it works for all of us. Sometimes we get it immediately and sometimes we don't, but we just have to keep with the repetition, okay? So that's two things I'm going to talk to you about today. Is repetition. This is how we end up experiencing our desires and what we want to experience and what's already ours, whatever that may be. You just have to, the repetition meaning the repetition in your mind and your thought process, living in the end as if it's already done over and over in your mind, experiencing it in your mind as if it's already done. Listen, your body and brain, it doesn't know the difference. It really doesn't. Whenever you go and do an imaginal act, or whenever you lay down at night, or whenever you're waking up in the morning, which is, they say the best times to do that, whenever our brains, our minds are, in that theta brain waves, like when we were kids. It's the most absorbable, if you will, I guess. But throughout the whole day too, we're always thinking, so we still have to guard our hearts, guard our minds all day long. But, with the repetition, like I said, whenever you're doing that and you build those strongholds and those pathways in your brain, you have to realize, you have to get up from those imaginal acts as if they just happened, okay? Because they did. They're literally happening right now in waveform, and we are just collapsing them in time and space to experience them in this 3D world, okay? By repetition and by building those strongholds. And after a while, you won't have to do it all the time unless you go back to thinking and having resistant thoughts against those desires, okay? And then you might have to do that again. But a lot of times, once you get the ball rolling, and it's like a snowball effect, once you get that rolling and you have a stronghold built, and then you're experiencing it out here in this 3D realm, then that just reinforces it, to your brain. And then you can get it going and get some momentum going. So, but the way we do that, like I said, is with repetition. And this is what I think is really, really going to help you, and what really helped me. They talk about tithing, the 10% in the Bible, and that really, you can take that literally if you want to. But, I've learned, and what I believe now is that 10% is that 10% of our brain that we need to yield. And that's pretty exciting to me to know that 90% of my subconscious in my brain is already programmed and thinking from the mind of Christ. And so I just have to keep yielding. We just have to keep yielding our thoughts, the thoughts that don't line up with that, the thoughts that aren't even you, keep lining that up with. And then, that right side, the mind of Christ, is going to swallow up that other 10%. But this is the exciting part that I've been learning here recently, is the fact and the truth that in our subconscious, there's literally a virgin area in our brain where it's never been touched by anything, any of the left-sided thinking or religiosity or, any resistant thoughts, if you will. Okay. So that was really exciting to me to know that, whenever I'm doing my imaginal acts, or whenever, going within, or inner conversations, whatever you want to call them, or throughout the day as I'm, repeating over and over and living in the end of things that I want to experience, that's going into a place that's never been touched. It's, it's like a man and a woman coming together, and the man, planting that seed. Our subconscious is like the female and the virgin, and that's never been touched, with the male coming in with the mind of Christ and start planting our subconscious, and then we birth what we plant in there out here into this physical world. We birth it out here and experience it. is another way of saying it. Okay. So I just thought that was really exciting. And I was like, wow, because, I used to be, and I'm not really that much anymore, but I used to be really worried, thinking that I had all these, thoughts in there, all these resistant thoughts, and that, I had to just keep on, which we do. If you're having, resistant thoughts, and a lot of them, we have to still take those captive. But remembering that there is a part of our brain, a part of our subconscious that's a virgin, that's never been touched. And as we supplant that with the truth and keep repeating that, and eventually you'll just start thinking that way anyway, because that's just how it works. That's just how God created everything. Read the parable of the seed and the sower and let God speak to you on that, about how that whole process works. And some 30, some 60, some 100-fold, depending on how much we do this, how many times a day throughout the day that we think from living in the end, that state of being, okay, no matter what you're experiencing out here. So I'm going to believe that this helped you in some way, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.